When you're at the beach, how do you approach the sea? Do you tentatively immerse yourself 1 foot at a time, letting the water lap around your ankles, inching deeper and deeper? Or maybe you run into the waves and leap with wild abandon into the depths. For me, there's something otherworldly, like passing through a doorway into another dimension, and that time when I fully submerge myself and swim as deep as I can. The world of the air becomes muffled and distant, and I float, held by the insistent pushing and pulling of waters in constant motion, in an emerald world, holding my breath and waiting in peace away from the urgent waves and human busyness above the surface. Beneath the waves, there are stronger, more primal currents and forces than the frantic toing and froing of the windswept surface world. In this episode, we're going to explore the meanings of this painting. It's a painting that delves into those primal depths. We're going to consider the meaning of dragon energy and how this might hold us and nurture us through uncertain times of change and transformation. Well, hello from Skiathos, the Greek island where we're exploring the relationship between landscape, soulscape, and a creative life. I'm Rick, an artist and mystic from England, and I spend my time here making art and working with the wild energies of the island, the forest, mountains, seas, and beaches. On the night of the last full moon, I sat out under the olive tree on our land here and made a ritual that channeled the bright energy of the moon into 5 paintings. It was dark, of course, but the moon's silver light meant that I could see what I was doing, even though I couldn't really tell what colours I was using. I laid out the canvases around me, took time to breathe and connect to the moment, and then made spontaneous marks on them, feeling my way into what I sensed was trying to emerge. And that's often how it feels to me in the process of creating. The image somehow already exists somewhere in the dream space, and my body is an antenna receiving the image. And I simply need to sit and listen in the right way for the piece of art to flow through the movements of my body onto the canvas or the board. This is a gentle and at times complex negotiation and dialogue between the material things of paint and brushes and the numinous idea that's trying to emerge through me. Because, physical materials have limitations, whilst the imaginal space is limitless in all its possibilities. For example, when we use clay to make a form, some structures, however amazing they may be, will simply collapse under their own weight if we don't have the skill, talent and technique to hold the clay in a particular manner. And the same is true with paint. Some things it just won't do. Now, the images that began to emerge that night of the full moon, well, they embodied the energy of dragons. This really surprised me, as I've never used dragon images or symbolism in my work before. But yes, 5 very strong and distinctive expressions of dragon energy on each of the painting boards. Dragons are such powerful symbols in so many cultures, of course. And whilst they may be simplified and caricatured sometimes just as kind of simply representing a monster that needs slaying, what dragon energy truly represents is much more nuanced and complex than that. Neither good nor evil. They represent strong cosmic and primal forces that impact our lives for better or worse. And yes, sometimes this will be a force that needs fighting and slaying, like St. George and the Dragon, but often there are more challenging and subtle and fruitful ways of engaging that can prove much richer in enabling us to unfurl and emerge into the life we're called to live. So this is the first of the full moon dragon paintings. I call it the Womb of the Waters. A powerful sea dragon dancing and coiling in the waves. She rises up to hold a chalice that pours out abundant water all around. And within her twisting body, she holds a space deep in the dark water where this figure is held. She floats, protected, but also disoriented, perhaps not even knowing which way's up, which way's down. Now, when I make images in ritual like this, they become magical talismans, objects that embody a particularly transformative energy, as well as forming portals that, if we are receptive to it, we can look through to see new ways of being and experiencing the world, and new ways of knowing ourselves even. Often the meaning of the work only emerges after some time of reflection, and even then it's subject to change. You know, I'm very much allowed to change my mind about what a painting means. But also, the invitation to you is not to engage with my meaning, but to find your own story in the work, your own story in the art. So, for me, this image represents that holding space of mystery. Those moments in life where we don't feel fully formed, or ideas, plans, and even identities feel in flux. Rather than being a time to panic and feel fearful that there's nothing solid to cling to, this image is an invitation to rest and even maybe revel in the safety of the primal strength of the womb of the sea, with her ebbs and flows, shifting moods from raging storm to mill pond peace, and also the vast mystery of the depths, which can be so intimidating at times. Simply allow ourselves to be held there. Even if that does mean at times we feel tipped upside down, disoriented, and we can't tell which way is up and which way is down. So as we welcome the gift of this image, my invitation to you is to take some time to move into meditative, reflective space. Maybe even lie down with your eyes closed when you have a quiet moment. And imagine yourself resting in the womb of the sea. The life-giving strength of the whole ocean is all around you. Allow yourself to float and rest there. Allow yourself to be in flux. There's no need to have any fixed identity, no fixed plan. Just the sure flow and movement of the wisdom of the deep. Allow that imaginal space to teach you whatever feelings that emerge are useful information. Does this cause you to panic or relax or ask for healing or sit in awe at the vastness of all things? rest a while in the depths and trust that whatever gift you need for this moment will be given. Because these huge primal energies that move through our lives, these dragon energies, may feel intimidating and overwhelming at times, but in the midst of them, there is a holding space, the nurturing womb, which reassures us that whatever transformations and changes are taking place, we are exactly where we need to be and exactly who we need to be in this moment. And in those times of flux and flow, we are held deeply and strongly. As I say, my interpretation of the meaning of this image is far from the end of the story. Really, it's the beginning. As the image moves out into the world to be encountered by new eyes, by your eyes, then new stories emerge. So I'm really curious as to what you see here. What aspects of the image resonate with you and what stories does it provoke in your own heart and soul? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like a one-to-one video call as you explore these ideas, I've got over 15 years of experience accompanying people on their spiritual journeys. So drop me a message and we can discuss what might work for you. Also, if you'd be interested in having your personal story and experience expressed in a piece of art, then I'd be really happy to work with you. It might be a painting like these, or a little sculpture or talisman, whatever will be helpful to you. Send me a message or follow the link attached to this channel. And also, if you feel this painting in particular calling to you and you'd like to own it, have it in your own space, your own sanctuary, then you can follow the link to my Etsy shop, which is Wild Art Mystic, and you can purchase it there. I know it's going to find an amazing home somewhere. Now, thank you for listening. I hope you have a peaceful and gentle day. I'll be here again next time for more journeys with art, soul, and landscape. Lots of love.